And what happened to it makes life impossible to survive on the moon unless you're going to carry you plenty of water from this earth, plenty of this atmosphere to live in. You most certainly will be deprived of atmosphere of this earth. You will most certainly be deprived of water. You will be deprived of vegetation. You can't eat your beefs and your lambs and your chickens. You cannot go out and pick vegetables from a garden on the moon. I don't know what you will live on unless you have a market transportation from the earth there on the moon. And you cannot live without living in an oxygen tank. You have to live completely concealed, airtight in some tank because you cannot breathe on the moon. If your face appears on the moon, so says God to me, that your eyes will pop out of your head the very first thing because they have water in them. And that is something that's now on the moon, and the magnetic power of the moon is so strong, so terrific, that you just won't be able to even look at the surface with a naked eye. You will have to keep those naked eyes behind some material that will not allow that outside dead air there to enter your live skin. It will be death to you.
Trump's choice for chief strategist Steve Bannon was the executive chairman of Breitbart News, a former naval officer and investment banker. Turns out, Bannon also has ties to Arizona. He was part of the Biosphere 2 team in the early 90s.
The idea of Biosphere 2 was to test whether humans could sustain life in a sealed environment for 2 years. But the science project has a complicated history rife with lawsuits involving trespassing, breach of contract, some accusing Bannon of sexual harassment. According to an article from the Tucson Citizen in '93, Biosphere 2 was losing millions, so Steve Bannon was brought in to fix their financial problems. Bannon reportedly recommended removing 2 top managers. He resigned when his advice wasn't taken, then returned to the project in 1994. Here's a C-SPAN clip of Bannon talking about the scientists' work.
It's been referred to in the past as a planet in a bottle, and whereas it's not a direct does not directly replicate Earth, it's the closest thing we've ever come to having all the major biomes, all the ecosystems, plant species, animals, etc. that really try to make an analog for the planet Earth. The first mission was 2 years long, which most people remember as the people came in for 2 years, and it was a survival demonstration. Very successful, very heroic people. The second crew was 6.5 months.
The Arizona Republic reported this summer one female Biosphere employee accused Bannon and another manager of making lewd, suggestive remarks about her and other women. That case was settled, the details not disclosed. Biosphere 2 has changed ownership over the years and is now operated by the University of Arizona.
Look at it like this. Genesis 9:12, they speak about this rainbow, which they call keshish in Hebrew, which implies a bow. If you look that up in Old English, you get boga, or curvature, which is symbolic of some type of dome-shaped thing over or around a biosphere. A biosphere is, as you know, they're making biospheres for their scientists to go into to see if they can survive on other planets. That which they've already accomplished and are already doing. All right, well, why do they have these biospheres, and why are they attacking other planets? Why are they going to other planets? Why are they so interested in the moon and haven't even solved the problems on Earth? Why are they interested in Jupiter and they haven't solved the problems on Earth? And why are they so interested in Mars, the face on Mars? Is there life on Mars? Something I mentioned before and now they're confirming. And they haven't even solved the ecology problems, the environment problems, the disease problems, the bacteria problems, and the very temperament of the creatures that walk this planet Earth. Why? Of course, they call them shuttles. What is a shuttle? A shuttle is a shuttle one in and out of a place.
On September 26, 1991.
A private company built Biosphere 2 to see if humans could survive in a self-contained environment without any help from outside.
You know, Biosphere 2 was founded on this principle of twofold, really trying to better understand Earth systems, but also by better understanding Earth systems, could we use that understanding to take those technologies into space to leverage them when we're colonizing the moon or Mars.